Hello. In the last video, I was talking about the first bargain, bargain one. So what I was doing is I was using a metaphor that I found by a professor at the University of Namibia in Rundu. And there's a saying they have.
When two elephants are fighting, it is always the grass that suffers the trampled. This is how the old saying goes.
And I changed it a little bit and I said, when bull elephants fight, only the grass suffers. And in video one, we said who the bull elephants were. And we said that over thousands and thousands of years, there have been bull elephants. The first bargain that was made over thousands and thousands of years, the bull elephants are insatiable and they can't watch all the little blades of grass while they look over the savanna and see other bull elephants, and they also see other grass that they would like to have because the grass is always greener. And so they selected out some grass, and we were calling that grass wheat. And the wheat had the power of the bull to keep the rest of the grass, which we were calling hay, in line. So the bargain was between the bull elephant and the wheat, who executes the power of the bull over the hay. And the hay's job is to spend all of their life, everything they have, all the time, effort, everything, their children, everything goes to feed the bull. And at the end of that, I said, you know, over all these thousands of years, at any given time, there are thousands of bull elephants, right, fighting with each other, where there's really only 5 now. And all of them have the ability to push the nuclear weapon button, incinerate the grass, decimate the living world. And the billions and billions of little blades of grass, which I am one, that's it. And that's where we are. So with that in mind, I want to talk about bargain 2, the second bargain of the 4 bargains. And in order to do that, I want to go back and look at certain points of history where someone was looking at the bargain between the bull elephant and the wheat and was thinking, maybe this isn't so good. Yeah. So you can find this in various places in history, but I'm just going to pull up 2 that are of interest to me. I want to talk about the time when the bull elephant realized that maybe this wasn't the best bargain for the grass. And then I want to talk about the time where the wheat didn't think that the bargain with the bull was good enough. And his name was Ashoka, who was an Indian king. So let me just give you a very brief, very short, incomplete history about this man. He was at war, and the story goes that after he had war, he kind of looked at all the death and destruction of the grass, and he's like, this isn't right. He said about rewriting the bargain with the grass. There are things that must be considered for the grass. And he sent out proclamations across all the places that he ruled over. And he said, these are the things that must be considered for the grass. And there is not a blade of grass that does not deserve these things. He etched that entire conversation about what the grass needs and what is due the grass as a living entity on this planet. He left it for all of us to see and find, but it was forgotten. I believe he was forgotten until he was discovered again, and his words and his thoughts were of value again because someone found them. That's Ashoka. Okay, and the other one deals with England. And once upon a time in merry old England, the wheat, which would be the lords that were executing the bull's power, which was King John, they were not feeling like he was very fair to them. Who cares about the hay? We don't care about them. It was the wheat that were being put upon. So the wheat backed the bull against a fence, basically, and said to King John, put this in your nose and sign this paper. And these are rules of conduct for you, the bull, because you have to have some respect for us, the wheat. And that thing is called the Magna Carta. Okay? Magna meaning big, Carta meaning paper. So the big paper. Let's call it the big bill that the Lords of England said that King John and all those who came after him have to abide by. Okay? What I want to point out in both of these cases in history is no one's asking the hay. And most of the world is the hay. It's always been the hay, right? But we don't really educate the hay. We just need to take from the hay. The hay just has to work and work and work really hard and give and give and give and die and die and die. So the bull elephant and now and then the wheat can be very happy. I wish to thank Ashoka, and I wish to thank the great lords of England for these efforts to make things better. It didn't really come to being better until the middle to late 1700s, because some of the wheat who were actually realizing they were just grass, just like the hay, were trying to understand why they had to spend so much of their life, effort, all of their being feeding an insatiable bull elephant. We began to have issues with King George in the middle of the 1700s. In 1776, the United States, our forebears, if you live here in the United States, our forebears made a bargain. And the bargain they made was with the grass. The grass made a bargain with the grass. And the grass said, there are no bull elephants. There never have been bull elephants. A bull elephant is just an overblown, egotistical, insatiable blade of grass. That has made a bargain with some grass that thinks they're better than the hay. And wields the power that doesn't even exist in the bull elephant, because there is no bull elephant. Because there is no bull elephant. And we made a bargain with each other in the United States. It was the first of its kind. And we set this thing up so that we would not have a bull elephant, ever. So the second bargain is the grass makes a bargain with the grass. There will be no bull elephant, and we will do everything in our power to ensure that our government is run for society and the community of people that live within the borders of our nation. the bargain of the grasses. And with that, I want to remind you that if you live in the United States, this is the home of the brave. Be brave.